The king of the Koopas and the main threat to the Mushroom Kingdom, Bowser has easily become the most iconic and recurring video game villain to this day. Whether he's capturing Princess Peach, terrorizing a tennis court, capturing Princess Peach, trying to take over the Mushroom Kingdom, or capturing Princess Peach again, man, he really likes doing that. Bowser's name is known across the Mario universe, and for good reason. This large, fire-breathing turtle certainly knows how to make an impact, whether he's leaving a positive or negative impression, and it's usually the latter. While Bowser has made formidable enemies, he still keeps the loyalty of the many Goombas, Koopa Troopas, and other species who follow him, even after his many defeats. So clearly, he's doing something right. With that said, how does Bowser fare when we look at his interpersonal relationships with other characters? Which of Bowser's acquaintances have the best repertoire with the Koopa King, and which ones create the most conflict? Hey guys, I'm Brad with One Up Binge, and this is Bowser's Relationships, Healthy to Toxic. Before we start the list, let's establish some ground rules. Bowser is the commander of his army, and his troops are loyal to his cause. For that reason, we're not going to be including every boss or enemy that works under Bowser, especially since many of them aren't seen interacting with him directly. There will be exceptions to this rule, like if a character is shown to be Bowser's right-hand man, or if they're related to him. Go check out our Bowser's Troops Ranked Weak to Powerful list if you want to see us talk about his army in more detail. Secondly, as usual, we're sticking to relationships that Bowser has had with other characters during the games. Outside sources like animated series, manga, or the Super Mario Bros. Movie will not be counted. So no, Dennis Hopper Bowser from the Mario Bros. Movie won't count. Alright, let's blaze through this list, starting with Bowser's healthiest relationships and working our way down to his most toxic. These are the healthy relationships. The gold medal for healthiest relationship that Bowser has had goes to his son, Bowser Jr. Ever since his debut in Super Mario Sunshine, Bowser Jr. has shown a lot of dedication to his father, disguising himself as Mario to help his father frame Mario while on vacation. Even when Bowser Jr. reveals he knew his father was lying to him about the identity of his mother, Bowser Jr. immediately vows to take Mario down again. Even though we do place this at the top of our healthy relationships category, we do understand the somewhat messed up implications of this relationship. I mean, Bowser is training his impressionable child to not only become a tyrannical leader, like himself, but also to kidnap women and terrorize those who get in his way. Even so, the reason we rank this relationship so high is because we can't see the amount of genuine love between Bowser and his son. When Bowser's infected by the Black Sludge in Bowser's Fury, Bowser Jr. agrees to team up with Mario to help his father out. Bowser and Bowser Jr.'s relationship is often pointed at when people talk about Bowser's softer side, and for good reason. The love that his father and son have for each other outweighs the wrath they have toward Mario or any other character. I mean, let's not forget that Bowser took the parental controls on his Nintendo Switch very seriously in those Switch ads, meaning he cares about his son. The silver medal goes to not one, but 3 members of Bowser's army, known as the Elite Trio. Private Goomp, Sergeant Guy, and Corporal Paraplonk serve as Bowser's right-hand men in both Mario & Luigi, Bowser's Inside Story, and Mario & Luigi Dream Team. During the events of Bowser's Inside Story, the Elite Trio helped Bowser fight Fawful after Fawful took over Bowser's castle. Once the castle is destroyed, the Elite Trio helped reconstruct it from the ground up, showing their loyalty and dedication. They're even more active in Mario & Luigi Dream Team, as they trap the Mario brothers in one of Luigi's dreams and engage in a tense fight. They even show up for a rematch later in the game. Out of all of Bowser's right-hand men, the Elite Trio showed the most amount of loyalty and dedication, and Bowser surprisingly treats them well. For Bowser, that is. All of this lands the Elite Trio the silver medal of Bowser's healthiest relationships. Bowser's relationship with Kammy Koopa gets the bronze medal. Appearing in the original Paper Mario, as well as Paper Mario The Thousand Year Door, Kammy Koopa serves as Bowser's Magic Koopa in command, taking on a similar role as Kamek. On that note, Kammy Koopa shares a lot of traits with Kamek, notably her vicious nature, short temper, and willingness to use dark magic. Kammy Koopa respects Bowser, but it's also implied that she Luigi somewhat fearful of him as well, which we can safely say is exactly what Bowser wants in a minion. While Kammy Koopa is dedicated to Bowser and his cause, the reason she doesn't rank any higher is that Bowser often seems annoyed at her constant nagging. He even burns her at one point in Paper Mario: The Thousand-Year Door after falling into the ocean without her. Bowser seems to keep Kammy Koopa around more for her abilities rather than her personality, but they're very powerful when paired together. Next, we have the Koopalings. That's right, Larry, Lemmy, Morton, Iggy, Wendy, Ludwig, and Roy barely missed the top 3 healthy relationships. Why is that? Well, the Koopalings managed to rank very high due to the positive aspects of their relationship with Bowser. They're dedicated, loyal, and obviously highly influenced by Bowser, which are all traits that Bowser Jr. shares with them. While the Koopalings were initially referred to as Bowser's children, some sources state that this is not the case, and Bowser Jr. is Bowser's only son, but we're not sure what to believe. But either way, Bowser seems to care for them as if they were his own. For a while, that is. The reason the Koopalings don't have as healthy of a relationship with Bowser as some of the other characters is that Bowser seemingly all but abandoned them for a while to make way for the introduction of Bowser Jr. After their defeat in Yoshi's Safari, the Koopalings didn't show up again for a decade, until making cameos as mini-bosses in Mario & Luigi Superstar Saga. Thankfully, the Koopalings have reclaimed their relevancy in the Mario series ever since the release of New Super Mario Bros. Wii. Even now, Bowser has a good relationship with the Koopalings, when he doesn't forget about them. Next is Bowser's relationship with Kamek. Introduced in Super Mario World 2, Yoshi's Island, Kamek was Bowser's guardian and father figure back when the Koopa King was a toddler. A powerful Magic Koopa, Kamek uses his magic to thwart Yoshi by enlarging many of the enemies on the island, including Baby Bowser. While Kamek does seem to care a great deal about Baby Bowser, the reason he doesn't rank higher is because clearly this relationship has led to a lot of Bowser's less favorable characteristics. Kamek spoils Baby Bowser and gives him whatever he wants, leading to Baby Bowser to becoming both greedy and believing he can get whatever he wants. We have no doubt that a large part of why Bowser feels he can capture Princess Peach over and over again is due to the treatment he received from Kamek as a child. We're hoping Bowser knows how to raise his children with more restraint, but we're not holding our fire breath on that one. Rounding out the healthy relationships is another fire-breathing turtle child, Koopa Kid. Appearing in the first Mario Party as an enemy, and in later entries as a playable character, Koopa Kid, much like the Koopalings, is one of those characters who has a conflicting backstory. Sometimes, he's referred to as Bowser's son, and other times he's referred to as Bowser's henchman. There are also multiple Koopa Kids throughout the games, some with different colored hair, but they all essentially act the same and have the same relationship with Bowser. Most of what you could say about Bowser's relationship with the Koopalings also applies to Koopa Kid. They have a good, loving relationship on screen, but Bowser eventually abandoned them in order to make way for Bowser Jr. However, unlike the Koopalings, who had a hiatus they returned from, Koopa Kid has not made any appearances after Mario Party 7, save for a few cameos in subsequent Mario Party games. We're willing to bet that Koopa Kid will not be returning anytime in the near future, making him easily Bowser's most estranged offspring to date. Okie dokie, it's time to dive into the more tumultuous dynamics Bowser has. These relationships are the toxic. Starting the toxic section, we have Bowser's relationship with Wario and Waluigi. It seems that having mutual enemies doesn't necessarily create friends in the Mushroom Kingdom, as we see through the interactions of the Koopa King and the two mustached men. While Bowser has not interacted much with Wario and Waluigi, we do get a pretty good idea of what he thinks of them while watching the opening cutscenes of Mario Power Tennis and Mario Golf Toadstool Tour. In both cases, Bowser sees the duo as a nuisance, especially in Mario Golf, where he attempts to blow them up due to smacking him in the face with a golf ball. While Waluigi only is Bowser's enemy in sporting competitions, Wario has joined Mario and Luigi's cause of fighting Bowser in Super Mario 64 DS. We're not sure why Wario wanted to help save Princess Peach in that game, but the fact that he was willing to team up with his arch-rival Mario shows that Bowser likely isn't Wario's favorite person. Next is Bowser's relationship with Greenstash, or, Luigi. While Bowser is known for being Mario's arch-rival, Bowser has also gone up against Luigi many times. But Bowser has trouble even remembering Luigi's name in the Mario and Luigi series. Bowser doesn't see Luigi as nearly as big of a threat as Mario, likely due to Luigi always being left behind or living in Mario's shadow. Luigi, too, has bigger problems to worry about, most notably that of King Boo, who has become his arch-enemy in Luigi's mansion. Still, Bowser underestimating Luigi's abilities tends to backfire in his face, since the green-capped man is every bit as capable of taking down the fire-breathing turtle as his older brother. Maybe they don't have the most memorable rivalry in Bowser's mind, but Luigi can be quite the adversary to Bowser when he wants to be. The Bronze Medal of Toxicity goes to Bowser's relationship with his arch-enemy, Mario. This may be an odd choice to not be at the #1 spot, but hear us out. It's true that Bowser and Mario have fought it out more so than any other characters in video game history, if not any other characters in history, period. They fought it out in the SNES, NES, Switch, Wii, N64, GameCube, everything, man! Mario and Bowser stay fighting. In a castle, a fighting arena, a go-kart course, or a tennis court, Bowser sees Mario as his biggest and most consistent foil to his plans, and he's correct. The reason that Mario doesn't rank higher is because Bowser's plans rarely involve Mario directly, other than commanding troops to defend himself. There are exceptions to this, such as when Bowser gets his son to frame Mario in Super Mario Sunshine, but really, Bowser seems like he would be fine on letting Mario live his life if Mario wasn't so dedicated to saving Princess Peach. Another reason this relationship doesn't rank higher is because on certain occasions, Bowser and Mario are able to put their differences aside and work together, like in Super Mario RPG or Paper Mario. While it would be fair to say that Mario and Bowser have a strong rivalry, there does seem to be a few indications that they actually appreciate each other on some weird level. Doesn't save it from being a toxic relationship though, which is why they still get the bronze medal. The silver medal goes to his relationship with Antasma. Also known as the King of Bats, Antasma teams up with Bowser to retrieve the Dreamstone in order for these two baddies to take over Pillow Island. While Bowser thinks Antasma is a nuisance at first, he apparently changes his tune after Antasma gave Bowser extra powers to take down Mario and Green Stash. This turns out to be a ruse, as Bowser eventually betrays Antasma and takes the Dreamstone for himself. While Bowser hasn't been known for treating his sidekicks with the best manners, this situation takes the cake in terms of showing how selfish and power-crazy the Koopa King really is. So this relationship takes the silver medal. Finally, the gold medal for toxic relationship goes to his relationship with Princess Peach. While Mario may be the one who ultimately thwarts Bowser's plans at the end of each game, more often than not, the reason these two are always fighting is due to this damsel in distress. Tracing back to the original Super Mario Bros. When Bowser was King Koopa and Princess Peach was Princess Toadstool, Bowser has always felt entitled to Princess Peach and believes he can hold her in captivity. Whether that be out of love, power, or simply needing a mother figure for his many children, Princess Peach has been captured so many times that we doubt she even feels any genuine fear from routine at this point. While it's true that Peach, like Mario, has teamed up with Bowser in games such as Super Paper Mario and Super Mario RPG, that far from outweighs this turtle's sense of entitlement he has over the princess. Alright folks, we're not a relationship advice channel, but we can give this small nugget of wisdom to our viewers. If you have to capture a girl hundreds of times and she's still not into you, you two probably don't have the healthiest relationship. And in Bowser's case, it stands as the most toxic relationship he has with anyone. Alright guys, that's it. Let us know in the comment section if you agree with our ranking, and tell us what we should cover next. And if you need a one-up, make sure to hit that notification bell and binge our Good to Evil playlist, where we break down the morality of the characters in your favorite games. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.